Okay, good morning. I'm back from retreat and ready to do another Substack reading and some poetry. So this one is called The End of Force and Struggle on the Path of Awakening. The true stop is not a command, but a dissolving. Like a snowflake meeting the ground, nothing left to do but vanish into being. For much of the spiritual journey, there is a sense of striving. We strive to understand, to heal, to purify, to awaken. We engage in practices and disciplines with great effort. We try to stop our thoughts, master our emotions, override the impulses of the ego. And at some stages, this engagement may be necessary, a clearing of the ground, a loosening of the grip of habit, a preparation of the soil. But there comes a point when effort becomes its own entanglement. To continue in the mode of striving is to remain in opposition to something, some inner disturbance, some shadow, some imagined flaw. We become locked in a subtle battle with ourselves, a battle that consumes our life force and perpetuates the very tension we long to dissolve. What if awakening is not something to achieve, but something to allow? There is a different way, softer, more intimate, not passive, but receptive. Not willful, but surrendered. It begins with a simple recognition that all inner struggle is born from the belief in a separate self trying to manage reality. When we stop feeding that belief, not with force, but by gently withdrawing attention from it, a quiet space opens up. A space untouched by narrative, a presence without opposition, a stillness that holds everything without needing to fix anything. This is not a practice in the usual sense. It cannot be achieved through effort. It is more like the moment a snowflake dissolves upon touching the earth. Nothing is done. Nothing resists. There is no one left to do anything. This is the end of the battle. And from this cessation, this soft stop, arises a different kind of intelligence, a knowing without the need to know, a strength without defense, a love without condition. This is the ground of being that the mind cannot manufacture, only fall into. There is no final technique for this, no method to master, only the ever-renewing invitation to meet what is here without opposition, over and over, gently, honestly, intimately, until the idea of the path dissolves too, and what remains is simply the radiance of being. Now some poems. Be utterly, shamelessly, beautifully free. Live from your soul and trust yourself. Part of you already has one foot outside the prison. Step fully into the open sky. Care more about your openness, your inner peace and equanimity, your presence and calm grace, than about what people think of you, or how they may judge you. Being liked is not as important as being true to yourself. Suddenly, the wave remembers, and in that remembering, it lets go of all struggle. Freedom comes, and the wave is free to be itself, dancing its pattern upon the shore, yet always remembering its oceanic nature. The door in the center of your chest opens. After the initial pain and rawness, something beautiful and true begins to radiate into the world. There must be a willingness to die into the unknown, to radically let go of belief after belief and replace them with nothing but the emptiness of the unknown. You may search and search from high to low without finding anything much, and one day you stumble and trip into such a profound humility, you discover God right in your own heart, and there is nothing left to search for, only the divine knowing to live from. The self is fragile and in constant need of attention. It seeks reassurance and control, and uses its great but often flawed judgment to maintain a hold of its own existence. Why would you put all your faith and trust in that? All things fold into God. Time's eternal wave, man's kindness and his cruelty, our suffering and our joy, our success and our failure, our desperate grasping at certainty and the relief of our surrender, all fold into God. Friend, we live by time's rules, but our essence is eternity itself. I walked into the night thinking I would be swallowed by its darkness, but the night opened its cloak and revealed itself as light unmeasured. Now I no longer ask to be saved from the dark. I ask only to be taken deeper. May the buried wounds of old karma resolve into the light of a love that heals all things. Thanks for watching.